Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take another look here at Solana, see what's going on. This coin is absolutely terrible right now. Again, it's pulling back harder than most other coins out in the market. And I think there's a fundamental reason for that. Not trying to blame it on the fundamentals, but that's usually a pretty big catalyst when coins like this just blast straight through their support level. So to touch on it here, and again, this is strictly not something I like to dive into much at all, being a technical analyst, right? But the truth is there's so many rug pulls going on the Solana network that it's causing a lot of problems, and I think people are just pulling money out of it, and there's a lot of reasons why we're going to probably continue to see that until that changes. Like the whole Libra thing, that was insane. Precedent just totally promotes a coin and then it just rug pulls a whole bunch of people. It's just terrible how this is happening. And again, unfortunately, a lot of Solana meme coins and just trashy coins are on the Solana network, causing this potentially to move down further. So what we want to look at isn't just that fundamental stuff there, of course. We want to recognize key level supports outside of this because, again, this liquidation support range should have held pretty well. 185 I was expecting to be good because we had a liquidation there that, usually once it's swept, the price turns around. But right now it's just like a pure belly flop. Now, we had to close our trade out early too. We took a long at 202, closed closer to about 190 when the trade invalidated yesterday after closing below that invalidation. So again, closing below is important to recognize, but at this point here, the overall sense is that Solana is looking pretty bad. I mean, look at this here. We look at liquidation. All that liquidation at 186 to 190 swept, and just any late longs getting in here is just getting destroyed. So not really the best coin to take a long play with specifically with leverage. We take a look at the macro too. All the macro liquidation is gone. So there's no incentive to push the price action down any further. So why is it happening? Well, I hate to use the word manipulation, but that's exactly it, because people like you and I are not selling, right? And the whole fact of the matter is, now that all that liquidation has been swept, why are we having $2 billion in liquidation delta? Why are so many people shorting this coin? Or why is one person, likely the largest person holding this, shorting this coin? Look at this, 190, significant amount of open interest there. That's generally not favorable. So that does imply we have a lot of resistance at 190 if we get back up there. Another reason why that was an invalidation area for us, okay? So anyways, just kind of throwing some stuff out there for you so you understand, you can make an informed decision on your own. Let's take a quick look here at some important levels let's go ahead and go with the weekly first, right? Because the weekly candlestick did officially close. When we take a look here, we've never closed below 180. Technically, the closure from yesterday was above 180, even though our current candlestick is below that. 180 is that tentative support for us on the macro, okay? So keep in mind, we close above 180 still, we should be in decent shape to be able to hold that level. But at this point here, we got a pretty aggressive double top here. Potential for further downside is higher, okay? Just throwing it out there as far as what we can see on the charts. We do have some confluence here though with a nice support, 175, potential support area. Again, more like a range, or just generally speaking, more like a trend. Again, that's a 50-day SMA. It's important to be above that. Breaking below it doesn't mean you just short to the ground, but it does imply that would be bad news if we lost that. We're also losing, and well, pretty much have lost. No, actually, we haven't lost it officially. It's just, again, this week starting off pretty red. We can see we're below 50 on the RSI. We haven't been below 50 on the RSI for ever since, was it June of 2023? To give you perspective. So things have definitely changed here for Solana in the last couple months. We're diverging too as well from the MACD and stochastic second swing to the downside. So honestly, if we get lucky and come back up to 190, I would be more than happy to short that level. That's kind of what this is telling us here. Taking a look here though, of course, at the daily time frame, we want to recognize we're still below this descending trend. In fact, it'd probably be a little easier just to kind of see it if we just move this trend line over here so we can kind of recognize that's where it's at. I'll update our fib levels and post a new playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. In fact, that'll be available for you now if you are watching this video. It does look a little something like this. And future reference, folks, I think Bitcoin is forever range bound between 95 and 98,000. Every time it gives you a breakout potential or a breakdown potential, it's going to go the opposite way. So please understand that. That's a big part of what's going on here with Solana. Again, I think the fundamental catalyst is probably pushing the price action down a lot further and harder than it should. But the truth is, it's not a good situation no matter how you look at it. Okay, all that being said, we can see here that the price action is moving down. We can recognize that we are below 50 on the RSI, stochastic swinging down again. Money flow index is up. This is a mixed bag of garbage here, folks. This is a very, very terrible situation. And I say terrible, again, one of those situations where it's best not to take a long into, even though I'm sure as soon as I upload the video, the price will shoot straight up. I'm mostly joking. That's not how it's going to work. The odds that's pretty low unless Bitcoin really recovers. But the truth is here that a lot of things that seem to be logical, like we had an obvious breakout and an obvious trend reversal on Friday, right? We took a long from 202, thought it was a good entry, price should have continued higher, but no, different story altogether. Market makers had a different plan, okay? Because again, it's not people like you and I dumping on the weekends, right? So why does this keep happening? There's a lot of reasons for it. I'm not going to get into it, but the truth is it's pushing the price action down, and even though the likelihood of the price continuing lower is higher, I would not be surprised if we see a reversal and an instant recovery, just purely just how it gets to be able to buy people into a new long. The truth is, though, when we look at the macro here, the 4-hour time frame is still bearishly diverging. There's a lot of resistances above us now that we've broken that key level support. So there's no reason to consider a long position with this coin. If you do take a long here soon, of course, keep it tight. Make sure you secure profits somewhere between now and 190. 190 with that heavy amount of open interest. I mean, look at this here, folks. Do you really think that's people like you and I just adding at 190 randomly? No, that is a massive bag right there. Again, there's a lot of reasons why that area is a new resistance for us, okay? So 190, I would say, is a pretty safe presumption on a resistance range. Now that that's been broken, we may never see that retested in the immediate future for a while, but for the most part here at this point, it's important to recognize that that is the tentative resistance. Again, a lot needs to happen between now and then for that to become a new support. Either way you look at it, hourly time frame is going to confirm as well, as per usual, that we are not in a good situation here. There's nothing, not a single reason to consider a long position with this coin. Okay. Now, while it may recover, and it probably will recover short term, this coin has been a very, very big disappointment. And honestly, the price action is very terrible. If you're going to do anything, just dollar cost averaging your way down if this is still a coin that you believe in. Okay. That's just kind of the general consensus. It's not, nothing good nor bad. It's just, it is the way it is. And me personally, after investing in certain coins and just kind of consistently being disappointed, the amount of manipulation of this coin is it's tremendously higher than most other coins that I've seen. And as much as I love to trade this coin, that can be difficult to trade into. So my new strategy, honestly, is almost to do the exact opposite of what you think is logical and apply that, right? So again, at that logic, you should just take a long right now with 100x leverage. I'm totally joking and absolutely not recommending that. Just saying that's just how the market is working right now. So be very careful trading leverage on this coin. Simple way to understand it. Stick to spot bags only, and I think you'll have a lot more success. I hope you have a good learning experience and a great remainder of your day, regardless of what's going on here. Once more, check out our playout chart. Future reference to Bitunix has a great little deposit bonus for the next 3 weeks. Make sure you take advantage of this if you haven't yet already. We have over 1,000 members using this exchange, so it's important to take advantage of that. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, though. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Thanks again for your time. Take care.